This is a beautiful moment.
Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze.
You know, like when I first heard it, it just was funny to me.
Beautiful time. I was working on my book at the same time, so I was already in that kind of deep dive mode. So when I was able to sit with that family, I was, wide open.
Look closely at these early interactions. On the surface, it's just two massive celebrities crossing paths at an awards show. But in today's climate, fans are dissecting every single frame. The internet is asking, how close were their circles? In the late 90s, Diddy's inner circle was the ultimate Hollywood status symbol. Will Smith, being the biggest crossover star on the planet, was heavily embedded in that exact same VIP ecosystem. Proximity is everything.
Benny Medina was the real live Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
So
and he worked at Warner Records.
He worked at Warner Records, and I met Quincy the night that Benny took me to Quincy's house to pitch me for the show.
Wow.
And it was, walking in and,
When fans watch those old interviews today, the context completely shifts. At the time, the audience just laughed it off as Hollywood glitz and glamour. But today, with multiple federal lawsuits stacking up against Diddy's private events, internet commentators are claiming these old clips are proof of a secret connection. The theory spreading online is that the biggest stars had to know what was happening in the shadows, but smiled for the cameras anyway.
Never before seen footage of Sean Diddy Combs in the days leading up to his arrest.
Do you think that hip-hop culture was on trial as much as Sean Combs was?
Look, if I didn't say anything, you would interpret it as the hip-hop is fine with his behaviors. There's no one else being vocal. So you would look at it and just say...
That right there is the smoking gun for internet sleuths. 50 Cent is actively calling out the silence of the A-list. Because 50 Cent publicly avoided Diddy's parties, it gives him the ultimate leverage over the celebrities who didn't. He knows massive actors have PR teams whose only job is to protect them. And by releasing his Netflix documentary, 50 Cent is actively trying to break that Hollywood shield.
Nowhere near that man ain't did none of that stupid shit. So whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie.
This is the ultimate catch-22 of Hollywood PR. Because the rumor mill became so vicious, Will Smith was forced to publicly defend himself. But the moment you address a rumor, you permanently link your name to the scandal in the headlines. By publicly denying the connection, he inadvertently sparked dozens of new articles. 50 Cent knows this game perfectly. By keeping the pressure on the A-list, he's letting the internet's paranoia do the destructive work for him.
So the Muslim guy that you saw that night before the incident actually happened.
Well, first of all, man, they got part of the shit right. You understand? And they was talking about how Kim Porter worked at the front desk. How did Kim Porter, coming from Georgia, get a position like that to work at the front desk of Uptown Records? You understand? First and foremost, you got your man Russell Simmons out here dealing with these young girls. You understand? Kim Porter was one of them. She was then passed from Russell Simmons to Andre Harrell.
When former insiders start speaking out, the internet listens. Bodyguards and former staff members are now doing podcast tours, putting A-list actors directly at the scene of these infamous gatherings. While this specific story is just about celebrity party dynamics, it reinforces exactly what 50 Cent has been saying. The overlapping circles were real. It was an incredibly tight-knit web of power, and almost nobody in 90s Hollywood was completely separated from it. Because of these resurfaced clips and bodyguard testimonies, the internet has gone into overdrive. We are living in an era where millions of online commentators act like amateur detectives. They are scrubbing through decades of footage to find hidden meanings, dissecting Will Smith's body language in old movies, and rereading his old interviews. Let's look at how fast this narrative is spreading online. To be absolutely clear, this is entirely speculation. The internet has a very dangerous habit of taking innocent 3-second clips from 1999, putting a creepy beat behind them, and labeling it a dark Hollywood secret. The timing of these federal lawsuits has made the public deeply suspicious of anyone with money and power. When the public demands answers and the A-list stays silent, it creates a vacuum that conspiracy theories immediately fill. Before we go any further, we have to take a step back and separate the facts from the wild rumors tearing through social media. Let's look at what is actually confirmed. Publicly available footage shows that Will Smith and Diddy were both highly successful entertainers in the late 90s. They attended the same award shows and shared mutual industry contacts. Will Smith has publicly and forcefully stated he has absolutely nothing to do with the current allegations. On the other side, internet commentators claim that Will Smith, along with the rest of the A-list, knew about the alleged illegal activities but stayed silent to protect their careers. Let's look at the legal reality. There is zero verified evidence linking Will Smith to any of the alleged crimes in these documents. This video is about public connections, resurfaced clips, and online speculation. We cannot let internet paranoia replace the actual legal process. However, Hollywood secrecy is a real issue. The industry has a long history of protecting powerful people, which is exactly why the public refuses to let this story go.
Of a new, highly anticipated docuseries, and executive producer Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning.
Because of this massive documentary, the internet is preemptively bracing for a celebrity fallout. Old footage is being rediscovered because fans believe 50 Cent is going to name names. This isn't just about one mogul anymore. It's a larger cultural conversation about Hollywood secrecy, power dynamics, and who protected who. The internet is holding its breath, waiting to see if the A-list shield will finally break. As the release of 50 Cent's Netflix documentary draws closer, the anxiety in Los Angeles is only going to skyrocket. Will the documentary feature these old red carpet clips? Will it expose a massive industry-wide cover-up? Or is the internet just taking innocent 90s associations and spinning them into a digital witch hunt? So the real question isn't just whether these celebrities cross paths. The real question is what Hollywood knew, who stayed silent, and why the internet is only finding out now. Do you think this is just internet speculation, or is there something deeper going on? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Hollywood's biggest controversy, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.